Bonjour et bienvenue. Hello and welcome. So today we are going to look at the verb avoir. Now the verb avoir, we need to know what this verb means, and it simply means the verb to have. So from the word itself, to have is to show possession. So that is the major use of this verb avoir. So in French, the verb avoir, in English, the verb to have. So we just want to go on and look at now, how do we conjugate the verb? And now when you talk about conjugation, it's when you're trying to break down this verb into smaller parts that are going to be used with the different grammatical persons or with the different pronouns. So we'll go right ahead into it to see how do we conjugate that verb. So remember, we have the different pronouns. So for example, we have the pronoun je. And when you conjugate that pronoun je with the verb avoir, we get that it is je. So here we have je, which is I have. Je, I have. Then we have this next person, tu, which simply means you in the singular. So tu as, you have. Then for the third person, masculine, il a. Il means he. So a, which means has. So he has. Il a. Then la, so the third person singular, L for the feminine, and a, which means has. So la, which means she has. And then we have nous avons, nous, this means we. So this is now the plural, the first person. We have, nous avons. Then we go on to vous avez. Vous is now you in the plural. Sometimes this vous is also used to show that you are talking about a formal situation. Somebody maybe who is older than you, either in age or career-wise, and so maybe leadership and so on. So, but then here vous avez is just the you plural, you have. Then we also have ils ont. Il, the S is silent, so ils ont, but now we read as one word, ils ont, they have. This is masculine. Like many male people together will say they have. Ils ont. And lastly, we have elles ont. They have. It is feminine, plural. So the L is for the feminine. That L stands for the feminine, but both il and L just means they. So that is how we conjugate. When somebody tells you to conjugate the verb avoir, he or she expects you to break it down. Remember, now we have moved from the verb avoir itself. We are now having these smaller bits of it. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. That's how you conjugate it. Having conjugated it now, we need to go on and look at how is the verb used. So the next part is the usage. So how do we use it? And the very first and most common use is la possession. La possession is just to show possession, to show that something belongs to someone. So how do we go on to say that? For example, somebody will say, j'ai un chien. J'ai un chien. Now, from the picture, you can tell that this simply means I have a dog. So the dog belongs to me. It is my dog. J'ai un chien. I have a dog. I own it. That is possession. So that's the first and the most common use of the verb avoir, to show possession. The next use is to show the age. So when you want to indicate your age, remember in English you say I am 10 years, I am 11 years. But now here we're using to have, I have 11 years. Although in English it will still mean I am 11 or I am 10. So for example, we have LR. LR, 10 ans. She has 10 years. Simply put is she is 10 years old. Elle a 10 ans. She is 10. That is it. What is the other usage? La faim. Now, this is to show hunger. When somebody is hungry, we'll also use the verb avoir to show that somebody is hungry. How do we go on? Because we already know how to conjugate it, so it is simple. We just say il a faim, elle a faim, j'ai faim. So we're just changing the subject or the pronoun that is used, and we are adding the word faim. Il a faim. He is hungry. So that crocodile there is hungry. If you pass around it, it might chew you up. So il a faim. He is hungry. The other usage is la soif. La soif is thirst. So to show that you are thirsty, we'll also go on to use the same verb avoir. And from the conjugation, we go on to say j'ai soif. J'ai soif. I am thirsty, which means you need a glass of water. I am thirsty. J'ai soif. So those are some of the uses of the verb avoir. Remember, the first thing is to know how to conjugate the verb, and we have looked at the conjugation of the verb. After you know how to conjugate it, you can now go on to explore how that verb is used. So that is all. Remember, you can subscribe to the channel for more informative and educative videos of different kinds.